Hey guys, what's up? It's CS back here with another installment, and here is my prediction video for UFC on Fox 4 or UFC on Fox Shogun versus Vera. Alright guys, now really easy card for me to pick in my opinion, and yeah, it at least looks decent. I'm glad that casual fans can be subjected to some above average quality MMA for once, you know what I'm saying? Every time we witness a free card, it's whack, you know, and the pay-per-views has been whack as well as of late. This looks better than, yeah, the past few events. So what can I say? I'm not going to complain that much, you know. I'm not a fan of bringing Mike Swick and Marcus Johnson into the main card, but I see why they're doing that, because that fight could be somewhat exciting. I think there's other ones that are more deserving of going into the main card. Those two guys are coming off losses, so I don't think that's right. Whatever, I'm not going to complain not much about that. But yeah, main event, Shogun versus Brandon Vera. We'll get to that in a sec. But remember guys, like usual, my preliminary card picks are in the description below. So yeah, let's just get to that main event, shall we? Now, can someone please tell me how Brandon Vera wins this fight? Because I just don't see it happening. Shogun, although he's going to have a lack of knees, I don't think he's going to be hesitant to pull the trigger. You know, Brandon Vera doesn't exactly possess, you know, a flamethrower right hand like Dan Henderson, you know what I'm saying? Shogun was pretty much on the defensive in the first 3 rounds of that fight, which was his last, of course. And, you know, as soon as Dan Henderson started to gas, Shogun started to open up, you know. But I think Shogun's going to be able to open up early come this fight against Brandon Vera. I haven't heard anything bad about his knees or his health as of late. So I think he's going to be not in prime form. I think he's going to be in above average form. And with a frail ass Brandon Vera as of late, you know, I think Shogun's just going to take full advantage of just pulling that trigger against Brandon Vera. Brandon Vera, very talented Muay Thai striker as well, technically. But again, he just isn't a killer anymore. And if Brandon Vera fought a little bit more recklessly, I think he'd have top 10 potential status. I can't believe I'm saying that in the year 2012, but it's true. I think his Muay Thai is pretty solid. He does have a solid wrestling background to go along with it. He is hard to take down, and his ground skills aren't exactly anything to sigh at. Him, you know, working with, you know, Lloyd Irvin and shit. It's just, he's just frail as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So, it's sad for me as a Filipino to say that, but it's just, you know, he's a waste of talent, real talk. So, you know, as long as Shogun's like above 70% coming into this fight health-wise, you know, I think he has this in the bag. I don't think Brandon Vera's going to have a smart enough game plan to take Shogun down, which I think is his best bet of winning, because I don't see him outstriking a Shogun who's going to be trigger happy. You know what I'm saying? So look for Shogun to land some leg kicks. I think he's going to land solid combinations. I think he's going to move in and out really well and eventually crack Brandon Vera on the chin, knock him down, and finish him off with more punches. So that's my pick. Maurício Shogun second round TKO due to strikes. Now let's move on to the co-main event between Lyoto the Dragon Machida and Ryan Darth Vader. Oh my god. Alright, wrap it up guys. This is probably the second easiest pick to make on this card besides that main event, in my opinion. Actually, no, Phil Davis over Wagner, probably that's a pretty easy pick. But yeah, I don't see Machida dropping this. You know, maybe if he's like out of shape as shits, but I've seen what he's been doing in his training. He looks pretty darn good working with his dad, his brother, Anderson Silva. Yeah, he looks kind of cut and shit, and I don't know. I don't think Bader has a chance at even the Machida we saw gas against John Jones. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. How does Bader win this fight? Of course, he has to wrestle. I don't see him out-wrestling Lyoto Machida for 3 rounds. It's never happened before. Machida has fought just as talented as wrestlers. Sure, they didn't have as much of an intent to get to the ground against him. But still, whenever they did, Lyoto Machida just shook him off. And I think he'll shake Bader off relatively easily. Machida's hips are pretty good. I think that he is going to play the lateral and fencing type of game with Ryan Bader. I don't think Ryan Bader is going to land a solid right hand at all. I think he's going to be missing all day with his punches. I think Machida is just going to be able to crack him with his strikes, you know, keep Bader at the end of his punches like karate people do. I think I think Machida's going to land some kicks here and there as well. I think he's just going to hit Bader with a plethora of strikes, and Bader's just not going to know what hit him. Because of that, I think Bader's eventually going to go down, and yeah, I just don't think he has a chin to hold up against Machida over the course of 3 rounds as well. I think Machida gets him in round 2. I'm going to say second round TKO due to strikes. Yeah, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but that's the truth. No Vera. But now let's move on to Joe Lauzon versus Jamie Varner in the lightweight division. Holy shit, this is an easy pick too. But Jamie Varner, he's a gamer, you know what I'm saying? So, holy crap, if he actually survives the first round against Joe Lauzon, he might be able to make things interesting. Jamie Varner isn't exactly gas, technically on defeat. You know, he can strike. His wrestling defense is good enough to survive a gas Joe Lauzon's takedowns. But I see Joe Lauzon just doing first round Joe like usual, you know. Just going out there, landing a plethora of strikes against his opponent, shaking him up with those, and then, you know, find an opening to take the guy down and just beat him with an armbar or rear naked choke or some shit. I think that's going to happen to Jamie Varner. I know Jamie Varner is a smart enough fighter to be wary of this type of attack from Joe Lauzon. It's just, I don't think he has the technical skills to stop Joe Lauzon from doing that. So yeah, you know, I've got to go with first round Joe here. I'm going to say first round submission, rear naked choke after, you know, outstriking Jamie Varner for a bit. Now let's move on to that Mike Swick and DeMarcus Johnson welterweight bout. This is kicking off the main card. I said that already earlier in the video. But yeah, I think Mike Swick wins this fight. I know he hasn't fought in a while, but DeMarcus Johnson, good outlaw stuff, not exactly great anywhere. Okay power in his hands. Technically, as a striker, is good. I think Mike Swick's better there. I think he's going to be able to pick Johnson apart on the feet. But on the ground, I think DeMarcus is slightly better. I think that Mike Swick maybe has a better guillotine. That's about it. But I just don't see Johnson turning this into a ground fight. And even if he does, I think Swick can just scramble up to his feet and just begin to outstrike Johnson on the feet. Again, I think Johnson technically is able to knock dudes out like Clay Harvison and shit, but Mike Swick's just a cut above. Not that much of a cut above, but still good enough to beat DeMarcus Johnson, in my opinion. I think he wins via unanimous decision, and kind of a lackluster yet entertaining striking affair. So yeah, Mike Swick punches for the win. Now, I think that about does it for my picks regarding UFC on Fox, Shogun versus Vera. Again, check out my preliminary card picks in the description below. And yeah, hopefully you guys see me for a review quickly after the event. I haven't been doing reviews as of late because I haven't been impressed with the cards that I've been witnessing as of late. If you guys want to know my opinions on those cards, pretty much just check out some of the content by some of my other colleagues like Surfer Ken or Bet MMA, and me not doing videos on those cards. Pretty much a summary of how I felt about those cards. So yeah, there's a review in itself. But yeah, again, I think that about does it for me. Check out my links in the description below as well, and tell me what you guys think about the card in general in the comment section below too. So yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys think. You know me. And yeah, I'll see you soon. So thank you for all the support. Once again, deuces for all my supporters, bruises for all my haters, and take care.